All right, so today we have the golden one, aka Miss Annie, aka Gold. Oh, aka Miss Gold, Miss Cocaine, aka Miss Gold. What was Gold
90s
90s
gold
Gold
underscore cocaine.
underscore
Yes.
cocaine on Instagram. Yeah, Miss Andy. Miss Annie is a resident from Los Angeles, California, and this is her first interview on my show. Before we start, I would like to tell you, Miss Annie, Miss Golden One, that I appreciate you coming on my show, and I would also like to give a shout out to Miss Brooklyn Carter from Miami, Florida, for giving me this shirt, and she was my first sponsor. So yeah, her thing is called Wick in the City, and Miss Carter, I appreciate you as well. So yeah, Miss Annie, Miss the Golden One, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi. Well, thank you for having me, first off. And I just appreciate being here. I am Annie, the golden one, as he says. That was my Instagram name, the 90s gold underscore cocaine. I'm 24. I'm a Gemini. I do in home care. So I love taking care of people, helping people, I'm an advocate for mental health and suicide because those are big issues, especially in the Black community, that a lot of people don't talk about or shy to, bring up. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. We all have things we battle with, and sometimes it is good to talk to someone, reach out to people who aren't judgmental or gonna see you in any type of way other than a human being. So that's a little bit about me. Um, I just love that you are having me and I appreciate it. It's just awesome.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. You say you 24 and you say you're a Gemini. Um,
Yes.
23 and I'm a Cancer. So yeah,
Okay.
that's cool. I'm like right behind you, but we completely different.
Yeah, you're a cancer,
Yeah,
huh? Okay.
it's cool though. All right. So, Miss Chosen One, Miss Golden One. I said Chosen One. Miss Chosen One too.
I could be that as well.
Okay. So yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You say you specialize in home care.
Yes, that's what I'm doing right now. I do plan on going back to school and focusing on criminal justice as well as forensic science, and then minoring in psychology because I love how the human brain works. I love understanding people, and I love forensics. I love the science behind it. I love that all the things you can find out by the slightest piece of DNA and things like that is very fascinating to me. So that's one of the little plans I have in the future.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Is in home care the same as caregiver?
They're basically in the same boat. Sometimes a caregiver can work in a convalescent home, and they're more one-on-one with more than one patient. Right now, I only have one patient, so it's more one-on-one time with me and the person. My patient actually goes to dialysis and things like that, so I take them there. I help around the house, sometimes cook a meal or two, grocery shopping, like the little things. I don't really have to do too much. My patient is very independent. They don't really need help with a lot. They're able, they are older, but they're very well, pretty much healthy for the most part. Just, a few minor issues and just need a little extra help here and there. But other than that, I have a pretty easy, fun loving job. It's simple. Me and my patient get along well. So it's just all about being able to connect with people as well as tend to their needs and help them and not treat them less than because they need your help. Just because someone needs your help doesn't mean they're unable. They just need a little push to it and something like that. Sometimes a helping hand is great for all of us to encounter and deal with and things like that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I have a lady. I have a woman who I've interviewed. Her name is Miss Tate. She from Georgia. Where she from? No, she from Louisiana, but she in Georgia right
Okay.
now. And she interviews caregivers. With that being said, I know you only have one patient, but I know for a fact she would love to interview you as well. And it's like
Okay.
that interview will be completely different than this one. And she's a woman, so she'll be able to talk to you and go back and forth. I'm just here. I'm just like, go ahead, talk. but
Yeah.
she'll be able to like interact with you more and ask you a whole lot better questions about what you do and stuff. But I don't know, I'm simple. I can't do what she do, you know. But yeah, I definitely send her to you for sure. And I think I don't know. I think she would love to have you if you're up to that offer for
Yeah, that
sure.
would be great. I mean, I love speaking, getting my voice heard. I mean, who wouldn't? You know, a lot of people, I'm just thankful that you gave me this platform to be able to speak my voice and speak my truth and how I feel about certain things and things like that. So I would love to talk to another woman who's doing things great for other women, other people, just being a great, I guess, pillar of the community, you can say, like just an asset and just being great because it's not a lot of young people like us, as you can say, that are doing enough. You know, it's like a lot of things are becoming less and less visible, like, you know, empowerment, women empowerment, black, um, just being black and how it is being in society, how it is to be hard, how it's hard, and just knowing all the things that you know and being biracial. So I'm always, they're like, you're not white. Wait, you're not black. Like, okay, well, what am I? Because I have both of them in me and I love both my parents dearly. So I can't deny one side of me, you know? And it's just, that's a struggle for people as well. And I'm happy more people are starting to come to light, seeing it's like we have all struggles in different forms and shapes and all colors and things like that. Like everyone has gone through something. No one, you know, came in this world perfect unless you Beyonce kids or something. But other than that, you're gonna have to tough it out and go through things. That just makes you a better human being, a better person. It toughens you up and lets you know, like, hey, you got a tough skin, you're strong, and you got this. You may
Uh,
get knocked down, but you got this.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Um, my next question for you is, how long have you been in what is in
In
home
home care,
carer?
yeah, in home care about 2 years now. I've been doing it for about 2 years. Before that, I was doing security. Um, Before that, it was customer service. I worked for DirecTV. So I've done a lot of different things. I also worked for the city of Los Angeles as well. It was like a workshop, and it helped you build skills of, you know, going on job interviews and building a resume. But you actually got paid for working with the city as well. So it was a good opportunity and experience. The customer service job, it was a lot, but it was cool. I got to talk to all type of different people. um, I basically had to sell DirecTV to people that canceled the service. So I had to sell you something you was already tired of. So you can imagine how overwhelming it could be, but it was a cool experience. And like I said, security, another basically customer service job. It was cool. I worked at CVS, and in home care is way more laid back. Like I said, it's more intimate because I only have one patient, so it's more one on one. So it's easier for me. It's better for me. I don't have to think about a lot of personalities and a lot of different traits and things to deal with when it comes to people, because you know you never know what you're going to get when it comes to people, especially in a business world. You have to kind of sometimes put on a different face because you're in a different type of environment, and some people aren't always awesome. So there's that. So
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
I
ma'am.
like I like the I mean, I wouldn't mind another patient that'll help my money go up. So I wouldn't knock that, but any other than that, I'm content. I'm happy, as you can say.
Yes, ma'am. That's good. That's good. Whenever you were a direct TV sales representative, did was everybody positive? Everybody was nice.
No, one time, just gonna bring up this quick little short story. This lady called me up. Oh my goodness. I hate you people. Y'all took my whole social security check and da 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 da. I'm just like, ma'am, I only work here. I did not physically take your check. Trust me, it was not me. So let me calm you down. And the crazy part is, I de escalated the situation and ended up selling her the cable again.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did, and that's one of the stories I'm most proud of because they damn near took $1,000 from this lady, and she still came back because I was
Mm.
able to reverse a lot of the fees with her coming back. So it was kind of her best option, and it worked out pretty well. The conversation started crazy and wild, and I'm just like, ma'am, 1 second, okay? I know, but look, it wasn't me, okay, physically. So I'm about to see what I could do to hook you up and fix this problem because I know how it is when some money gets hooked and you wasn't planning on it being not there. So let's get to the bottom of this. And that's just basically where it went. And once she understood that I was only there trying to help as much as I possibly could, it de escalated the situation and it kind of ended up being one of the stories I tell to this day because it was awesome to feel like that. Like I felt good. Like I was able to help her with her problem and still get paid in the process. So got my little commission as well. So it was a win-win for the both of us, I guess you can say.
That's cool. That's cool. You being a security guard or you work in security, did you deal with only positive people there?
No. One time a girl came in there and was blatantly rude, was very, very rude and kind of racist to one of my coworkers. She was an Indian woman. Um, so they get discriminated against a lot as well. Always trying to say they'll blow up something or just be very rude and unsensitive and things like that. And that's no way to treat people. Like they're still people. So she's a regular older Indian lady. She's the girl just tried to curse her out like, what the heck, y'all can't read and da da da. And I'm just like, first of all, ma'am, you're the one who can't read because it clearly says it does not take cash. So before you snap at one of my beautiful and lovely, hardworking coworkers, read. She started going off on me and going. I'm like, baby girl, let me tell you this. I'm at work, but check this out. I get off in about 45
Ooh.
minutes, and I am from the east side, baby girl. I'm not with all this talking and hooly hollering, brawling you got going on. But catch me in that parking lot when I get off of work, because you're not about to do this. Oh, I'm gonna tell your manager, and okay. Guess what? I called my boss myself, and the lady that I helped, she was like, let me talk to your boss, because you're not about to get in trouble for this. You were defending me, you were helping me, and I'm just like, okay. He was just like, you were doing this, and I'm like, yeah, I may have said a few things that weren't, professional like, but please don't test me. I'm not okay. I love my job and I appreciate it, but baby, I don't need it. I will be all right. I know how to save and things like that, so I'm always making sure I'm okay and on top of things. So it was just that was a very colorful experience, and it was just like racism is still alive and kicking to this day, and you see it a lot in how certain people. I mean, you see it all the time with police brutality, but I mean, when you see it up close and personal, it's just more of a light. Like, this is sad. This is the America we live in, and it's horrible. It's bad that a lot of people haven't learned from the past mistakes that have happened in history and things like that, and haven't understood that we've been through a lot and we're still constantly going through it. It's a constant battle. So it's just things like that.
Yes, ma'am. I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Um, what? Okay, so how is it being a female working in security, or did you only have to deal with females?
No, I mean, people would come in there trying to steal and stuff like that, but honestly, my job was to observe and report, not interfere or try to
Okay.
stop you and grab you or fight you because you possibly might need this. You possibly are having a rough patch and you don't have the money for it. They used to sometimes profile people. Say a homeless person came in there looking not too clean and fresh, and they'll try to tell me to follow him and things like that. And I didn't feel right doing it, but I have to do my job. So I would give them their space and, do little things and just make sure everything was okay. And most of the time they were in there buying stuff. The people that they used to want me to follow, that they would like try to profile and things like that, would be the people that were paying for things, and the people that they weren't aware of or worried about were the people that were actually stealing. And I'm just like, it's crazy once you just sit back and realize how people actually are, and they just like, oh, a person looks a certain type of way, so they're this type of person. In all reality, you really can't judge a book by its cover because you never know. You never know. So that was a colorful experience as well. Everything was just all type of experiences. I just try to take in everything I go through and deal with, and just a lesson or a blessing is how I say it. And just go with life with that and live on that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is, what advice do you have to the females who are thinking about getting into security?
Just don't take your job too seriously. Just remember what your criteria of a security officer is, and that's just observe and report. Don't try to fight or do the most, and just do what you have to do and go about your day, because at the end of the day, it is just a job. It's not a career. So you would want to put more focus and passion into something that's going to benefit you in 5 to 10 years instead of 5 and 10 months, So it's just a way to look at it that way and things like that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right. So, Miss Golden One, my next question for you is, how long have you been an OnlyFans creator?
Honestly, I've had that about two, maybe a year and a half, about a year and a half. My homegirl actually made one first, and I seen how much revenue she was making and coming in with, and I'm just like, hold up, like I think people like me like that too. So let me just try this out and see if it's something I might like doing. I mostly dance, provocatively, for the most part, because that's what I really like to do. It's a little, I am bisexual. So it is sometimes little girl stuff going on there because I do love women. We are all beautiful. So there's, a few things that people might be able to enjoy on there. At first, it was just like something to try out and see if I would like it, and it was cool. I mean, you get to be yourself. I mean, why not get paid for it? Being a
Absolutely.
woman is awesome. Like, and if you get paid for, I mean, men are on there too. So trust me, it's not just a woman thing. Men can get on there too and make money as well. So it's just a platform, honestly. I hate people that try to down talk it and bring a negative light to it, but it's like porn is a very big industry and no one seems to have a problem watching it. So why not make content that you like, that you might want to see? So it's things like that. I feel it's just something to do, honestly. And you make money, so why not?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Um, my next question for you is, what have been three of your favorite memories so far on OnlyFans?
I'll say my top two were my female encounters because they're my favorite ones. I do kind of have fun with girls sometimes, so I like those. And a video I'm very proud of, I have a squirting video on there, so yeah, that's kind of cool. A lot of women claim they can do so and cannot. So I kind of am accomplished with that, I guess you can say.
Congratulations, Miss Golden. Um, my next question for you is, okay, what type of content do you create on OnlyFans besides girl on girl content?
Like I said, I dance provocatively. Sometimes some butt naked twerking on there, or just me enjoying myself, my body, just being a woman and doing it sexually and things of that nature, um, and self pleasure as well. You gotta love yourself first. So yeah, there's that. And
Yes,
I feel
ma'am.
like every woman should not be ashamed of it. It's awesome, and we know what to do to make ourselves feel great, and why not?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is, okay, how many videos do you have posted on OnlyFans right now?
Honestly, I like I said, it was just something to do when I got bored. So I mean, I don't really have that many. I think you could say about 12
That's a
videos or
lot.
so.
That's a Miss Golden. A lot. The average right now, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of women have is 5 to 7. Like,
Oh,
yeah, I'm talking about like a small, like not, of course, like like the big OnlyFans, they have like 1,000, but like
mhm.
as far like upcoming, yeah, no, that's good, that's great. May I ask what's the average duration of your videos?
um, most of them don't be too long. I mean, the longest one I think is about a minute and a half. I get where I need to go pretty quickly. Most of the time it's dancing, like I said. So I mean, sometimes it could go as long as a song.
Yes, ma'am.
Depending on how long the song is, it can go that long, or just how long me and a girl want to have fun, just to record it, I guess you can say. And so there's not nothing too much too long. Everything is more like clips, you can say,
That's fine. That's cool.
things of that nature.
Yes, ma'am. I have a woman who I've interviewed from Atlanta, Georgia. She's a exotic dancer. Her name is Miss KK Diamond. She right now she's having like she just dropped her first song in December, right after Christmas, and she's been going on tour, performing on shows all this month. Like every day she has a show. So yeah, her one song she has is called Tonka Truck, and anytime somebody makes a video to it, she posts it on her Instagram page. So
Nice.
yeah, I don't know if you would ever like a song to dance to. I can refer you to Miss Diamond, and she would love for you to dance to her music.
Like
Um,
I said, I love doing things. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that. That would be great.
yes, ma'am. I send you. I'm gonna write that down too. I'm gonna send Miss Tate to you for the caregiver interview, and I'm gonna send Miss Diamond to you for the song.
Okay, cool. That's great.
All right, so Miss Golden, my next question for you is, what advice do you have to the women who are considering? Well, nope, nope, nope. I'm gonna ask you this. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it this way. What are some things that you found out later on in the OnlyFans community that you wish people would have told you when you first started out?
Um, Creating different type of content is kind of hard because there's not too many ways to uniquely do everything what everybody else is already doing. So that's one aspect of it. Your creativity has to be kind of, I guess you can say, unique to you as a person. That's my best way to describe it. And that's just one of the things I really didn't know. Everything else pretty comes natural and it's pretty easy for the most part. It takes about 2, 3 days for your account to get approved and you can start making content right away. And so that's pretty cool. It's not that long of a window or wait time or anything like that. So that's one of the perks of it. And
Yes, ma'am.
just and promotion. Always promote. Promotion is key. I don't promote that often because, like I said, it's not something I really, that's not one of my main incomes. So it's not like something I rely on. But here and there, hey, I may go through something and might need to dip into that. So it's always great to have something to fall back on as well. So promotion is important. So just make sure you do promote if that is something you want to take on and start creating content and start doing because it's very important.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My last question for you regarding OnlyFans is what okay, can you can you send a positive message to the people on the outside looking in? Nope. I'm gonna say it like this. I got you. Can you send a positive message to the people on the outside looking in on a negative way towards OnlyFans creators?
No one's perfect, and sometimes you have to get it how you live. So I don't feel like you should look down on a person for finding a way that is comfortable and easy for them to provide for themselves and even probably family. So you never know what someone is secretly going through, and OnlyFans does give you a revenue. So if you just look at that aspect that it can help feed people, you wouldn't have too much of a negative outlook on it, I should say. It's just a way for someone to provide, and I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That was a great answer. All right, so Miss Golden, Miss the Golden One. My next question for you is, what made you get into caregiving, being a in the home caregiver?
Um, a lot of my family members are in the healthcare industry. My grandmother was a billing encoder. My aunt is a nurse, one of the, I think a LVN is the highest you can be. My aunt is one of those. My grandmother is, she worked in convalescent homes. And one of my longtime, I guess you can say, friends and ex-boyfriends, you can say, he's in home care as well. So a lot of people I've known and grow up with and are close to. And one of my closest homegirls, she was in healthcare as well when since we were been growing up, and she's always had a nice stable income and living. So I just thought it would be something great to get into, and you get to help people and connect, and that's something I like to do as well.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What have been your three favorite, three most favorite memories being a caregiver so far?
Honestly, I don't really do much. It's just more of the experience I get talking to an older person and seeing their outlook on life because time does make you wiser. And I appreciate that my patient is very open minded to the world because a lot of older people are stuck in their ways and don't like things that are going on with the new generation. And it's awesome that this patient is open minded and they give me a new outlook on life because they give me an insight of how life was back when they were my age. And it's just like, wow, just to see how much you have grown and got to see in this world was is awesome. And so I'm gonna just say I generally just get a positive and great experience just being around my patient, um, because them being on this earth longer than I have and knowing the things that they do know gives me some type of insight that I can appreciate and value throughout time and in my life and just appreciate it. Basically, I can say that could be my answer to that because I don't really have any real memorable moments. Like I said, I do regular tedious work and things like that, so it's nothing too major. So I just get more of what I take from the experience and just being able to talk to someone that's very wise and knowing and things like that. I appreciate the experience.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for caregiving is, what would you? Okay, can you share funny story that your patient has told you before?
Ooh, you catching me with some. Ooh, okay. Funny. I don't know. Oh, I had one time. Okay, this was a while back when I first started. I had a different patient, and she was blind. And when you walk into her house, you would have no idea that this lady is blind. Mind you, for like the first 10 minutes, I didn't even know she was blind until she had said something. I'm just like, it's right in front of. She's like, oh, I can't see. I'm blind. They didn't tell. I'm like, that would have been something to let me know. Like, I'm sitting here thinking she could see me. I'm steady work. Like, I'm like, she must think my hair cute or something. She keeps saying she can't even see me. So I could say that was one of a funny moment. That was very. It was funny because we both realized at the same time we both didn't know. So it was just like, wow, you would think someone who couldn't see would be messy or unorganized, and it's the complete opposite. Like, she's one of the cleanest people I've met in my life, and it's crazy that she doesn't have all her senses, and yet her house, you wouldn't be able to tell.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Um, when I clocked off and goes back to where whoever just gave me that report to that place to go to, I'm gonna have some words for him. Why would you not tell me the situation I'm getting myself in?
Right.
Hmm. Well,
It
yeah.
was, well, I have a moment to talk about it like this. So, I mean, I guess it was kind of good to have it thrown at me like that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is, what are some things that are not noticed from the outside looking in? Like people like such as myself, whenever I see in-home caregivers or anybody who helps take care of anyone else who needs help, what are some things that aren't talked about, or what are some things that I don't notice that you have to go through every day?
Some people do have a lot of mental, no, health issues. So, some people do have a lot of work put out for them when it comes to dealing with people. And some people don't always accept the fact that they need the help that they're that someone, maybe a family member, sees that they need the help, and say they're so stuck in their ways they don't want anyone to help them. So just being able to adjust and really look and see that it's a lot of people who need help and don't want it, it opens your eyes to, like, damn, like, hopefully when I'm older, I'm not this way. Like, hopefully I'm able to take a helping hand if I need so, and not just be so prideful, you can say, and just want to do everything on my own, because I don't want to come to the realization that I am getting older. And sometimes when you get older, you do need that extra help, or just someone, a caring hand to be there for you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you, Miss Golden, is, okay, you say you were a Gemini. What do
Hmm.
they say about Geminis?
Nobody likes us, so yeah, no. They say we're fake and two-faced and things like that, and I just feel like Gemini's know how to change it up. They know how to be who they need to be in the environment that they're in, because not everyone deserves to see every side of you, because they're not worth it. And I feel like Geminis get a bad rep, but they're very loyal and caring individuals. And once someone like myself says, like, I love you, or I couldn't see myself if you weren't in my life, and just to know that a person like me has their back, I would want the same thing in return, because I know I care about the people I care about to the fullest. Like, I wouldn't want anything to happen to them, and I generally want to see everyone I love win and just be the best that they can be. So we get a bad rep, but we're great people on the inside, you know.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is, what's your okay? I have a friend in California. She's in LA. Her name is Amber. She's a Gemini too. Um,
Mm-mm.
I forgot about that, Miss Amber. She's a Gemini. But yeah, my next question for you is, what are your five favorite foods?
Five. Um, Chicken is number one. Pizza two. Tacos three. Um, I like soup. Yes, I love soup and desserts
Yes, ma'am.
and sweet things. I guess you can say. So yeah, I like all type of things.
Yes, ma'am. What are some of your go-to soups?
Chicken noodle. The one from Subway with the potato and the bacon and the cheddar thing
It's
they got.
white.
Not the Yeah, the potato one with the bacon bits. That one is good. And clam chowder. I like clam chowder as well.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Clams.
then the Mexican soup, the Barrera or Beretta or something like that. It's really good as well.
That's cool. I never had that one before. That's cool.
And I can make homemade beef stew and homemade chicken noodle soup. So that is good too. Those are real good.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is, what are your five favorite restaurants?
Oh, you asking a lot of questions. uh, Hold on. What time is it? Okay. Uh, Shoot. I like Bossa Nova, Red Lobster, of course, Chili's. Um, I can't think of this name, but it's like a blue moon or blue sun. I don't know. It's on the beach and they have very good seafood and it's awesome. I can't think of the name, but it was like it's one of my favorites and it was so good. And the Yard House. Yard Houses, they have good food as well. Oh, one more. Sorry, this is the extra one. Lucille's Barbecue. It's fire. So yeah, those are some go tos I like to go
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
to.
Let's go. Then who does your hair?
Well, my homegirl did it this time. Her name is Jackie, and she just started braiding, so she did an awesome job. I appreciate it. It's nice and neat and all that. Um, so yeah, she did it for me this time. One of my other friends, her name is TT. She usually does most of my other styles, and I don't really let too many people play in my hair because don't want it to fall out or anything. Barely have enough as it is.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is, what are your five favorite animals?
Why I gotta be so many?
Three. You can say what's your all right, what's your favorite animal? That's fine.
A snake, a lion, and a koala.
That's my favorite animal. I like koalas too. That's cool.
Yeah.
My next question for you is, what are your plans for the next 5 years, and what are your plans for the next 10 years?
Well, I told you the five would be going back to school and doing criminal justice and forensic science and
And
minoring in
minor in
psychology.
psychology.
Yes, and then probably 10 years from now, I'll have my own business. I want to make. I don't really want to tell because
And don't
it's
say
in
it
the
then. Don't
making.
say it. Don't say it.
Yeah, and it's not done before yet, so I just want to keep that under wraps. But to be running a very nice um, business would be probably the 10-year plan. Going to school would be five because I just want to see that different aspect of the world and just dig into it. So yeah, and then yeah, 10 years just be the entrepreneur that I know I can be. Oh, and I also want to do YouTube as well, like just regular little blogs and like
What?
girl stuff and girl talks and things like that. Just regular, every sometimes day to day of just being me, I guess.
That's cool. That's cool. Um, I have a couple YouTube channels, and I have one that I'm monetized on. So if you ever need any help, please let me know. I'll be glad to help you out with YouTube. That's the only thing I'm good at is this computer. I can't help you with nothing else, but computer I can help you with. My next question for you is, what is your message to the future generation of women?
Love each other, empower each other, and just always know that being a woman comes with a lot, but it's way more rewarding in the end. Being a woman is awesome. I wouldn't trade it for anything, honestly. Yes, we go through a lot, but we are awesome. We create life, and we need to love each other more. All women. Instead of fighting with each other, we need to empower each other and tell each other that sometimes it's not our fault. Sometimes we're just as foolish as the other. So we need to stand together and understand as a collective that we are women first, and it's nothing wrong with it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is, what would you like to tell your future self 20 years from now?
Just stay true to yourself and never lose who you are. Always remember to be you and speak your truth. Always speak your truth. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Are there any shout outs that you would like to make to your friends or to your family?
I just love all my friends. They know who they are. They don't need no special little thanks, and all that, because it's too many. It's not too many, but it's a lot of them that I just wholeheartedly love and appreciate, and as well as I do love and care for my parents, and I just appreciate everyone that's ever loved me for me and things
Yes,
like that.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Um, what would you like people to know about you before they go to your social medias?
Um, Everything isn't what it always appears to be. And I'm a character. So,
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
there's that.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Um, how do you feel women are represented in the world?
Honestly, it's a lot of ways to perceive them. There's positive images, there's negative images, but I just want people to understand and know that just being a woman is awesome. Like, it's great. Um, and we just need to just love each other. Like, I don't know, like we just need to be one, I guess you could say. And
Yes, ma'am. Do you
yeah,
believe police brutality is real or do you think it's made up?
no, it's very much real. I've seen it. I've gotten in trouble before. I'm not always the picture perfect girl you see right now, but I've gotten in trouble and I've seen it firsthand. As friends I had wrongly accused of things, and I knew for a fact they were in the house and weren't doing the things that they were saying. And it's just, I also have one close, really good friend that didn't do something, but instead of, ratting out people, he took the time and he down there took a 14-year sentence. And it's hard to know that if it was a little white boy, he would have got off with probation. And to see that someone I know and love is going through this, it sucks. It's real. It hits home. Something happened not too far in Willowbrook. The sheriffs killed an unarmed man not too long ago, so it's alive and well, and it's sad to say that it is, but it is.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Can you send a positive message to the negative people in this world who believe police brutality is okay?
No,
Next
I don't have
question.
anything to say to them. Not even that. It's just they don't deserve it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My next question for you is, I have about two or three more. I have about three or four more questions left. Um, my next question for you is, can you send a positive message to our brothers and our sisters on coming together?
Um, we all need to understand that we all come from different places and different backgrounds, but at the end of the day, we all suffered. We've all been through things. We all know pain. So we all need to stop spreading it and come together and spread love and empower each other and tell people that it's okay to sometimes not always be strong, but just to know that you are someone and you can make a difference.
Yes, ma'am. Can you send a positive message to our black women around the world?
Just always stay positive, stay true to yourself, and never let anyone take who you are away from you. Like, always be who you feel is the best woman to be because that's the only way you can. So,
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right, so Miss Golden, my last question for you is, what would you do if you were the president?
Honestly, this world has a lot of problems and a lot of issues. I don't think I could just fix it with one term. That's a fact. But I would want to see something with the homelessness problem we have. It's growing and always offer a lot of things for mental health as well. And just offer more outlets to becoming stronger as a people and let the police know a lot of things that they do is not right. And they have to be held accountable for things just like a regular person is. Because at the end of the day, when they take that suit and that badge off, they are people. So just fighting a lot of problems we have in this world and just try to make them better, honestly.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, Miss the Golden One, I would like to tell you thank you so much for coming on my show. Is there anything that I left out or anything that we didn't talk about that you would like to say?
I think we pretty much covered everything, and I just, like I said, I thank you for having me. It's a great opportunity, and I appreciate you giving it to me, and it's been awesome.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, I want to tell you thank you again, and you are more than welcome to come on here anytime. I appreciate you. Thank you again, Miss Golden.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.